last time on Barry.
Holy shit. I say,
you mean the world is going to be overrun?
The horror of the past few hours have made me ready to believe anything, but this is almost too much.
Unfortunately, yes.
My God!
Amy says, stepping away.
Isn't there anything we can do?
There is the last resort. For the love of God, stop yelling. Where's the switch located?
She asks.
There's an elevator out in the hangar. Strickland says, take it to the basement. The switch is at the end of the long tunnel.
But Strickland never finishes. Two things happen at once as she speaks, her mouth stopping in mid-sentence. First, a loud booming.
So Roger and I escape from this nightmare? Will these idiots remember which barrels do what in the hangar? Find out this and more in the epic conclusion of Barry.
Fuck yeah.
I wonder if Barksdale is even crazier than Marcus. He just shot a woman that worked for him to keep her quiet. Surely he won't have an issue with killing me.
Now!
Barksdale
now!
yells.
No more whispering, no secrets. You two will stay in here. And get away from that door. If anyone whispers one more thing, I'll blow your heads off.
My mind is racing to figure out a way to get through the secure door and into the hangar. Beyond that, of course, there was the fail-safe switch. These aren't very good options. Fuck that guy. Insult him.
You're a dick. And you have a tiny penis.
With no other ideas, I resort to something I know how to do well. Be noisy. You moron, I say. For someone in such a position of power, you think like an idiot. Kill me. Go ahead. Then you better get someone out in those woods to move my equipment. You really want the police snooping around a wrecked logging site for missing loggers? If someone as dumb as me found my way into your little hideout. My rant is having its intended effect. Barksdale teeth clench in rage.
You're a fool!
Rage fills his eyes. He shouts.
You don't know the slightest idea about how difficult we got it down in here to advance the world's changing.
Keep him talking.
I'm not going to explain it to you, but you scientists think you're so smart.
That's me. You scientists think you're so smart, I interrupt, but you have no common sense. All the knowledge in the world is useless if you have no moral compass. Barksdale's starting to lose control. His breathing intensifies.
If you think for one moment that you could...
As quickly as I can, I raise my gun and fire, and I miss. I don't even take aim. I just fire in Barksdale's general direction. Barksdale takes off running as my shot misses wide. He runs for cover to the back of the room. That's all we need. Amy also fires a shot to keep him under cover as we head for the door. Amy pushes a button and the door swings open.
Oh my God.
Barksdale will be on us in a second, so we dash out of the hangar ready to defend ourselves. That's dumb. He can fire at you through the slit in the wall.
But at that moment, Dennis, still melted to the floor, pulls his shotgun.
Oh, this is up close and personal.
This is... Oh, we're hiding behind the nitrogen. Fuck.
Amy and I run as fast as we can through the rows of barrels.
We can't shoot.
Barksdale comes charging out of the chamber almost immediately. Well, that's dumb of him. As he steps onto the hangar floor, he starts shooting. Each shot sends a jolt of fear through me as I wait for a bullet to end my life. We need to get to the...
We need to get to the elevator on the bus out of the room.
Amy tells me.
It leads down to the switch. Hello.
Nintendo Switch.
I feel like if we don't fend him off, he's just gonna shoot us and we're gonna...
We gotta fend him off.
Not important.
We both lean out from the cover of the barrels and take several shots at Barksdale. He steps back into the isolation chamber, which gives us a sense of victory. Gives me a sense of victory, but then I realize he may just be reloading whatever high-powered weapon he has. We need to move, I say.
Agreed.
Amy says. We both take off at a full sprint for the other side of the hangar. Somehow I make it through the rows of barrels and get to the elevator's entrance. I turn back to allow Amy to enter first, but she isn't there.
Oh my God, no.
I look back to the barrels and see that she's fallen about halfway down the row. She doesn't appear to be hurt, but she is paralyzed with fear, sitting motionlessly as Barksdale peppers the area with gunfire. Shoot at Barksdale. No.
Run back and give her cover. The manly thing to do.
Yeah, it might get us killed, but we'll see.
Not important.
I start to step out in the open to head back for Amy, but Barksdale's gunfire pins me back into the elevator entrance with a loud bang.
Now I'll shoot at him.
Apparently he's reloaded that weapon of his. As the sparks fly inches from my face, I realize that I have to help her from here. I then remember the contents of the barrels. One color has highly flammable fuel, the other contains liquid nitrogen. I'm no scientist, but I'm pretty sure liquid nitrogen is mostly harmless unless you have direct contact. If one of those barrels gets shot and the liquid nitrogen spills out, I'm fairly positive it will simply evaporate. That could create cover. Oh my God.
What's the matter?
My phone's blowing up. That could create a cover of sorts for Amy, like a smoke cloud. Ah, hell, but which of the barrels holds liquid nitrogen? Strickland told us, but I can't remember. I have to remember quickly or Barksdale's going to shoot.
Oh, fuck.
Or going to get careless with his shooting and all could die.
Oh, fuck.
I want to say it was the gray ones. I don't remember.
I think the gray ones had liquid nitrogen.
I don't remember.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I don't remember.
Oh my god.
I think it was the gray ones.
It's totally on the other page. Strickland's head's already blown off. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Great. Pretty sure the gray barrels have liquid nitrogen in them. Regardless, I don't have time to second guess myself. I take aim and pull the trigger, hitting a gray barrel 20 feet or so away from Amy. There's nothing at first, and just wonder if I've hit an empty barrel. There's a deafening explosion of fire. Fuck! It knocks me to my ass, and I can hear Amy screaming.
God damn it!
As flame and debris rain over me, my heart sinks. It wasn't the gray barrels. I just shot a barrel full of fuel.
Fuck,
I stand up, feeling that the hairs on my arms have been singed slightly from the fire.
She's dead.
I can see Amy out there. Her leg is on fire, and she's doing everything she can to roll it out, but everywhere she rolls, there's more fire. Just as I'm about to run to help her, I hear a gunshot. I freeze for a moment, assuming the shot is meant for me. But as I watch, a large red hole blooms in Amy's back as she topples over. I glance up to see Barksdale with his gun, proud of his kill. Sorrow and fury boil up within me, but I have to keep it under control.
We've killed everybody!
I have to get to that switch. With Amy gone, there's nothing else for me to do here.
Oh my god!
I turn away from the hangar and head to the elevator.
No!
My nerves are drenched in fear and adrenaline.
No!
When I reach out to press the call button on the elevator, it feels like I'm watching someone else do it.
No!
I step inside and the doors close. The motors on the elevator sound like dying dogs.
As the elevator slides down, the light from the flames gives way to complete blackness.
And now I'm on my own.
God damn it.
Let me go back.
No, we
Let me turn back the time.
No, we can't. We could stop it and like just go. We could restart it, but no. I killed Dennis and you killed Amy.
But here's the thing.
We both got blood on our hands.
Here's the thing. They were all gonna die anyway with the reset button, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, anyway.
I lose track of how long the elevator descends. It's hard to tell due to the lack of lighting. But I must go another 500 feet underground. The elevator comes to a stop with a shuddering clang, and I waste no time exiting.
A tunnel stretches out with sparse white bulbs lighting the way. Most of the wall is made of raw earth and rock, but there are boards and concrete slathered in areas used to reinforce the tunnel. I see a warning sign posted on the wall. I want to read it, but there's not much time. You gotta read the warning notice. Authorized personnel only beyond this point. Trespassers will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Absolutely no exceptions. Well, glad we got that out of the way now that everyone is dead. After only a few steps, the pain in my body intensifies. How stupid was I to turn down those painkillers? I look up, and when I see that the tunnel's ceiling is less than 6 inches over my head, claustrophobia freezes me for a moment. Still, it's much better than facing the monsters above me. I wonder then, walking through the darkness where they came from, is the portal still open? The bulbs do a little to thwart the darkness. I hold the gun in one hand and reach out to touch the wall with the other. Feeling the wall under my palm anchors me to reality, to sanity. I'm not in some boundless abyss, but still in the real world. For a little while longer, at least. I recognize that I am marching to my end. As much as I wish I weren't, it's not surprising. From the moment I saw what those creatures could do to time and space, at least a part of me knew that death was inevitable. Before I have time to wonder whether my family will really miss me, I see a light ahead. It's nothing more than a speck of blue light, but in the darkness of the tunnel, it's like a lighthouse on a stormy sea. I slog forward, my eyes straining to focus on that little light ahead. From somewhere ahead, I start to hear something that sounds like water. It is trickling lightly, like a leaky faucet. And behind that, there's something that sounds like wind, a light breeze through an open field, and a voice. Anywhere else, the sound would have been pleasant, but here in the blackness of the tunnel, they're menacing. Stay quiet, for sure.
At this point, dude, I would be fearless. I'd be like, hello?
Okay.
Whatever.
My voice doesn't echo like it should in this small space. This weirds me out even more than the lack of response. I cock my head trying to concentrate and then realize that I can see the tunnel walls now. This is odd, as I wasn't able to see them a few seconds ago. This is different from the blue light at the end of the tunnel. It's then that I see the slight shimmering in the air. It looks like a foggy mirror steamed over after a shower, and it's moving, dancing in the air like some abstract firefly. It's not menacing like the creatures, so that threat is null. It's peaceful, serene. I watch as this shimmer branches out and becomes 2, then 3, then 4. They snake out in different directions, tracing the tunnel walls. Are these shimmers the doors to another dimension that Strickland was talking about? Suddenly, I'm surrounded by light, above and below me, and realize there's no avoiding it. The question is, how am I going through? Feet first? I don't fucking know.
Does it matter? I'm going head first. You know? Like, I don't want to get fused to the...
That's fine.
It wasn't important.
Stick my head through and feel a tingling sensation, almost pleasant. I reach out slowly, my hand stretching out into one of those shimmers of what I can only assume are some kind of light. They're hypnotizing, so much so that I don't realize that the tunnel walls are vanishing. I feel something like wind and a brief electrical pulse pass through me as the lights take me. There's then a very gentle pushing sensation, and I somehow know that I'm being expelled. I've passed through something, maybe the lights, maybe the tunnel walls, I don't know. But the shimmering lights fade a bit, still dancing in the air, but no longer large and branching out. And as my eyes adjust, I see right away that I'm no longer standing in that dark tunnel far beneath the hangar. I have no idea where I am, I'm just somewhere else, and I'm terrified. Well, why would you go through it, you dum-dum?
I don't think he had a choice. He was like surrounded. Whoa! Things have taken a turn.
The ground I land on looks like hot coals. There are dips and many cliffs breaking the landscape ahead of me. There's a wash of orange and blue overhead in a sky that makes no sense. It is both beautiful and terrifying at once. A scattering of stars hang overhead and all seem to be breathing, pulsing with a gentle energy as if alive. I can't tell if there are clouds in the sky because everything about it, from the colors to the trembling horizon lines, seem to be amorphous. Everything is knitted together, living. I stare a moment longer and swear I can feel the sky breathing. Far off to my right, I see what looks to be a plume of fire, small yet bright with no source of fuel. It looks as if the ground itself is creating the flames. Several more of these flames dot the landscape further out.
This has gotten weird.
The air is thick and muggy. Then I realize something horrible. I don't know if what I'm breathing here resembles air at all. In a place like this, one of impossible beauty, but also very stark horror, my mind doesn't know what to do. A wave of nausea comes over me and I think I might be sick. I'm not sure if it would be better to fight it or to give in. The white light that brought me here is nowhere to be found. Is anyone else even here? Is there any way to escape?
I'd yell out. I mean, at this point, I'd cut my losses.
Take a deep breath of whatever otherworldly gas is filling this place and belt out as loud as I can. Hello? Hello? Is anyone else here? Anyone? I hear a voice in response. It's faint, distant. I turn and hear it coming out of one of the massive crevices along the ground. Inside that crack about 10 feet down, a very pale man lies on the ledge. He is human but looks close to death.
Oh my god.
He is in the center of a large pool of blood and his left leg has been twisted and torn in an unnatural way. As I walk to the ledge, he looks up and sees me. Help me, please, the man says. His eyes are wide, although everything about him speaks of weakness. He's close to death or insanity or both. Who are you, I think.
What is this place? Help me.
I'm Dr. Kana.
Oh.
He strains to get out. I work in the facility. Please help.
He's the one that never came back.
I want to know more, but it seems cruel to steal what look like his last breaths just to put answers to my question. I'd love to, I respond, but I don't know where the hell I am or how to get back home. The light, he says. It's a doorway. It might take you back to the facility. Might.
Where did it go?
Yeah.
I'm bleeding out here.
They come and go. They'll be back. Now please help me. I desperately want to help, but there's no way I can reach him. His ledge is too far away, above the pools of fire. I don't think I can get to you, I say.
No, that's not what I mean.
He replies. His eyes are on the handgun that I almost forget I'm still holding. I realize that he wants what he wants, and I shake my head. I can't, I say. I can't do that.
Please.
He pleads.
Those things. Then what have the others that came here with me? I got dropped along the way. They'll be back. They'll be back, and they'll kill me. That,
he says again, indicating the gun,
will be quicker, less painful.
I can't, I repeat.
Please, look at my damn leg. I'm dead anyways.
I'm about to refuse him again when I hear an all too familiar static sound out from another crevice behind him. I hear another of those shrill noises and then watch as one of the monsters materializes up out of the neighboring crevice. Two more come out after it, then a third, then 5, then 10. Soon I lose count as what was just a few turn into a flood. And suddenly I understand the man's reasoning. A bullet will be mercy. I check the gun and see that I only have 1 round left. I can use it on this guy, but I may need it for myself later. From beside me, the man pleads again. My God, he says, in a waver of lunacy in his voice.
Please.
No! Shoot him!
We need the bullet. He's dead anyway.
I'm so sorry, I say. I can't. What I don't tell him is that I'm in a situation where I have to keep this one bullet. I can't waste it on him. He whimpers a bit, and I look away, unable to see that misery on his face. Behind me, I hear him give a mix between a scream mixed with the high-pitched noises of the army of creatures. Their volume rises, and he lets out a cry after cry. I clench my teeth as the torture continues. Then suddenly his voice is silenced, and only the sick static sound remains. And that's when I see the shimmers wavering to my right, in the direction I originally came from. I look back to the monsters and see that they have now noticed me. Some of them begin floating up the walls of the crevice. They are less than 10 feet separating us. The shimmers of white light are within arm's reach, its movements reminding me of a fish in an aquarium. I reach out and feel myself accepted by them again.
This is nuts.
I feel the sensation of wind and wait for the feeling of being pushed out, back to the tunnel in the facility. But it doesn't come this time. This time I feel something else, a tugging sensation that seems to want to drag me in all directions at once. As the world goes dark, I realize that I'm somewhere else, and it is not the darkness of the tunnel. This is the darkness of a total void.
I'm sorry we didn't shoot him. But
We should have shot him.
No, because now we have a bullet now. That could be invaluable.
We should have shot him.
Oh, this is cool.
There's darkness around me, everywhere. Nothingness. I feel nothing under my feet, nothing to my sides. I can't touch or sense anything at all. I don't even know which way is up or down. It's as though I am all that exists. As I remain there, I just hear silence, not even the sound of my heartbeat. The blackness is so deep that I feel I can't distinguish between my thoughts and what is real. I hear screaming, but I can't tell if it's someone else or my mind screaming to fill this void. I don't fucking know. Both seem futile to me. I hear my own shout in my head, but it doesn't seem to travel out into the abyss. It bounces in my head endlessly like an echo down a long ancient corridor. I assume this is the place that Strickland referred to, the place between dimensions. This darkness could consume me if it wanted to. I try to will myself out of it, to have those shimmering lights spit me out, but it isn't happening. At this point, my mind starts to hallucinate, or at least I think it does. Are they visions? My mind playing tricks on me? I can't tell. All I can do is watch. I see the logging site. There's an image of Tony's lifeless body after I pulled it from under the dozer. I see myself talking to Dennis, and he looks distraught as I tell him that Tony is gone. Then the scene rearranges itself, and I'm standing between Dennis and Marcus's gun. It changes again, and the shape of Marcus lies on the ground, still hell-bent on revenge, even after I let him live. This is all the important decisions we made. In my mind, I'm sobbing as I watch Dennis get torn apart by those monsters all over again, and I just stood by and watched. And I try to let out a scream and as I watch myself shoot the wrong barrel, blowing Amy to hell, but there's still no sound.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
And just when I feel like I can't take any more of this, I see the man in that strange world begging for death. I watch as he's distorted and torn by those beasts. All of these things are flooding in my mind, and it feels like my brain is vomiting. Yet in the midst of it all, I see what's really important, the switch. In my mind's eye, I see that glowing light in the tunnel, the one far ahead, small and distant.
I'm going to try and focus on it. Who knows? You might be able to,
Yeah. I focus my mind on the tunnel and the image of that flickering light. With a mental effort so strong that it is nearly a physical motion, I make myself envision that little light in the tunnel as if it were right there in front of me. With that, I feel the wind again, a light breeze that seems to come from everywhere. And then with a relief that I can only imagine feels like death, I move forward.
Now we're just going to be in front of the light. It's like, poof. Yeah.
How is there another chapter after this?
I don't know.
I'm ejected from the void and am suddenly standing in the tunnel again. I let out a wail of triumph that turns into a bout of weeping. The weeping only intensifies when I see that light up ahead, a flickering blue light. Somewhere behind me I hear a crackling noise. The monsters from that other place, they have come through, but not at the same time. They've gone down the tunnel the other way in search of me. And now because of my crying, they knew I was here. I feel like I can listen to get a better read on where they are, or I can just make a break for it.
Run to the blue light. Do you think? Do you want to try to listen? At this point, we need to get to the light.
Yeah.
We'll listen. Not important.
Try my best to listen, attempting to figure out how far away they are. But the sound carries strangely down here. Right now, that static sound makes it seem like they're about 30 yards away. Knowing my time is running out, I run as fast as my aching and confused body will allow, heading straight for the blue light.
Same thing.
As I run, I see a different light, a white one, flickering in my peripheral vision. It's another one of those shimmers that go to other worlds. It seems they are appearing and disappearing with more frequency now. Strickland was right. These things could reach the surface soon, unleashing more monsters. This thought makes me refocus on the blue light, the man-made light, the switch. The blue light gets closer, and as it does, I can make out a square shape around it. This has to be it. The familiar static scream of the monsters is much closer now. I have to be quick. I grip the gun tightly, knowing I only have one bullet remaining, the bullet that the man in the other world had wanted me to use to end his life. Man, they really hammer home your decisions.
They do.
I run ahead into the darkness, my eyes locked onto the switch that I assume is going to kill not only the creatures, but myself as well. As I approach, I see the lever. It's covered by a glass box that I will need to break. The blue light is directly beneath this, highlighting a series of tubes and wires that snake into the inner workings of the device. In the middle is blackness. Not like a darkly colored part of the machine, but just a hole in reality. Looks like some sort of illusion. All the while, I can hear the static of the creatures coming up dangerously close now. I have no idea how much time I have.
Smash the glass.
Yeah, just end it. I draw back the stock of the gun and smash through the glass box that houses the lever. The glass shattering is like music to my ears. I reach out for the lever, my hand grasping it. Without warning, I feel immense pain course through my body. It feels like fire racing down my back, causing me to fall to one knee in agony. There's only one of them that I can see. It blasts horrible static noise at me as I ready my gun. One bullet left. I'm very glad I didn't put that poor man in that other place out of his misery. I take aim and fire, my accuracy rewarded with a spew of white gas from the creature's core. It backs away in defense or annoyance, I'm not sure. I start to turn back to the switch when I hear the second creature gliding up behind me. Its tentacles melt into me and I scream. I can't help it. I sound like a wild animal. I can try to keep fending them off, or I can go for broke and just focus on the lever. Creatures be damned.
Go for broke. Spring that lever.
Yeah. I put all of my strength into my legs. The moment the monster in front of me draws back its eel-like arms to grab me, I pivot backwards. My back strikes the machine, sending agony rocketing through my body. I'm so thankful I broke the glass before this moment, before the coming violence. I stretch out and grab the lever, and I reset the timer.
Oh, 1 second. Dude, how is there any more after this? It's already been an hour and a half. It's fucking 11 o'clock.
I know this sucks.
With a big-ass file transfer and a...
This sucks.
It'd be easy enough to cut together. It'd be really fast. It's just big.
I stretch out and grab the lever. With one last desperate scream that shreds my voice, I jam it down. The tunnel is suddenly filled with the flash of intense darkness. It expands from the switch, swallowing the matter around it. At first, I'm sure this is the end of me. I expect the darkness to consume me, followed by death. But then another shimmer of dancing white light appears next to me. There are more of those streams of light, rips in space like the ones that previously sent me to that other ungodly world in the void. With nothing else to do but die, I try to escape into the shimmer. When that stream of light envelops me, the expanding darkness of the switch is gone and I feel a huge push.
Jeez, Lou.
So did we pull it? What the fuck? Holy crap. My body feels stretched, collapsing like I'm falling in all directions at once. The world goes white, and then there are the pinpoints of stars everywhere. One of them breezes directly by my right, and I see something that looks like a spiral galaxy distorted in its folds. To my right, I see an endless stretch of stars and gas clouds forming some galactic architecture. But beyond the immeasurable beauty, I notice something. I am seeing the same star patterns over and over. They are repeating like reflections in an endless mirror. These are different versions of the same galaxies, the same realities. To my left, I see a calm blue world and can barely make out trees, familiar Kentucky trees that I have been around for the last few weeks. To my right, I see a copy of an orange world, and there are trees there as well, but something is strange, disturbing. As I zoom by, I'm not sure how much control I have in this unusual place, but if I can direct myself, it's worth trying.
Wait.
Blue or
blue
orange?
Blue calm world?
Or the orange strange
disturbing?
World?
I think it's strange because of there might be like we're going to the orange world.
Wow. I try to focus my mind on heading towards the orange world.
It's hard because there were BuckLyfe colors. I could have just picked, you know, been like, there's green or blue would be like, ah, blue.
My breath escapes me for a moment. Everything is dark and peaceful and nothing hurts. Good God. With breath back inside my body, I gasp and open my eyes. I'm back at the logging site. How? I'm not sure. Did the shimmers react with the implosion of the switch? Some other accident? I have no idea. I sit up right away and become instantly dizzy. I wonder if I'm somehow back in time before we found the facility, but what happens next makes me realize this can't be true. I feel a tremor in the ground. Somewhere off in the distance, I hear a metallic groan. The buried facility, it's being ripped apart under the ground by the activation of the switch. I hear trees splintering and popping all around me, and then there's the muffled sound of an implosion. A huge group of trees is falling, followed by a massive plume of dust and debris. There's no way Barksdale and Marcus survived. Good riddance. I look in the direction where I found Dennis sitting before this all started. It's then that I remember that he's gone, along with Amy. I'm still not sure how I got out of the facility alive. That, I suppose, is the most important thing, alone, but not alive.
But alive.
Or alone, but alive. But something feels off in a way that I can't quite explain. It's then that I look up and notice the sky that starts to sink in.
Oh my god, I gotta know now. Like,
what the hell? Oh, it's insanely different. It's then, as I'm able to see the sky unobstructed by the trees that had been standing several minutes ago, that starts to sink in. There's something different about it, something not right. That sky does not belong here. It's a sky of orange and blues, stars pulsed in and out as if alive. The colors of this sky seem to breathe, as if they are trying to inhale the tops of the spruce trees. I see those colors all knitted together and living. My stomach rolls and a scream rises up in my throat. What the hell have I done? What?
what?
Did we fuck up? We fucked up, didn't we? We fucked up super hard.
I don't think we did. Tough it out. We didn't take the painkillers.
Who survives? Didn't shoot the right barrel, resulting in Amy's death.
Fuck.
Does that mean Dennis was
Oh, we are part of
dead
the...
anyway?
I think so.
I thought there was 5 parts.
I thought there were 5 parts. Oh my god.
We're gonna have to go back on our free time and see if
Yeah.
taking the blue one results in part 5.
If we have something else to like report to you guys, we'll probably leave a comment down below and like pin it and let you guys know like if there's a difference in it, or go get it yourself. I would play this again in a heartbeat.
This was awesome.
This was amazing. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you made it this far, what the fuck? Right? Right?
It's pretty nuts.
Oh my god. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. We always appreciate you guys returning and your continued support. If you want to and already haven't, here's the subscribe button for you guys.
Hit it.
Nate, what do we have here?
Tattletale.
And what do we have over there?
The Last Door.
There we go. All right, guys.
Some blast from the past.
Oh, man.
Oldies but goodies.
This is such... I love this playthrough. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.